Everybody, and welcome back to Tales of the Wandering Bard. Just playing with some volume levels for a moment here. There we go. Alright, so you have made it out into the woods. You're still really not sure where you are, but if you head east, the worst that'll happen is you'll travel through a long time and then hit the ocean.
Right.
So you'll get somewhere.
Alright. I'll just head east as much as I can. What area did what direction did the troops go?
They went north.
North. East. Right. Okay, I'll just keep going east then.
Okay. The three of you travel. And travel. Let's see how long you travel for. I need to pull up some random encounter tables.
Oh god.
Oh god, indeed. Is there anything you would like to say or do with these people while you travel with them?
I tell them to be very careful, look around, and especially look for any form of civilized life. Or anything that could be an enemy, or could be food, I suppose.
Where we go. What's this thing? That is... So, the three of you are wandering through the woods. On the second day of your journey, well, the rest of that day, you travel out into the woods. You settle down for the night. Excuse me. You don't really have any shelter. It's kind of cold out, but you manage to survive. I mean, you've been living as slaves. You're pretty used to harsh living conditions. So you spend that night on the woods. It's quiet, it's creepy, it's eerie. You don't dare light a fire, being so close to the hobgoblins.
No. I don't heal anything, I suppose?
No, you need a full 24 hours of rest before you start to heal. And you head out the next day. That morning you can memorize spells if you so desire. You can memorize 3 first
good idea.
and 1 second level spell.
Let's see. Burning Hands, that's in cone in front of you?
Extends like 3 feet and 120 degrees. So not quite a cone, but like a big swath.
Yeah. Okay.
And it would do D3 plus 10 points of damage.
Going to this.
No, it's 2 per level. You leveled up 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. Then it would be...
So you're level 5. So yeah, D3 plus 10 points of damage.
Alright. Let's see. Color Spray. What does Color Spray do?
It renders
2d4 stun?
Yeah, stuns 2d4 creatures that can see it. It's kind of a cone, a narrow cone, like 20 feet long, 10 feet at the other side, and anything within 2d4 creatures in there just are stunned right away.
For how long?
A couple of rounds? I'll look it up.
Alright. Do we need any components for any of these spells?
Yes. Let's see. For color spray, you need some colored sand that is red, yellow, and blue, so you don't have any of that on hand. Burning Hands does not need any materials.
Okay.
What other spells do you have?
Unseen Servant.
You just need like a little bit of string and wood, so you can, a bit of cloth will do, and some wood you can do. It just creates an invisible force that can push or pull or whatever.
But it doesn't do any damage or something?
No, no.
Okay. Then I have Past Life, Cat's Grace, Knock, Tingle Light, Wizard Look, Acid Arrow second level, Acid Arrow, Melfs, Acid Arrow.
Melfs, not MILFs.
Yes. And Alter Self. Okay. Alter Self's pretty obvious. Past Life is some kind of knowledge spell, I suppose.
Past life will... Touching the remains of a dead creature, the spell allows the caster to gain a mental image of the deceased's former appearance.
Right.
The remains can be of any age, and only a tiny fragment is required.
Well, I'm gonna keep shit of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cat's Grace gives me Dex.
You need a few whiskers from an elven cat to cast it, so the material components are pretty rare.
Yeah. Well, I could conjure spell components. That would give me spell components, I suppose.
Yes, it would. When the spell cast wizard teleports desired items directly into his hands. The objects must be naturally occurring components for the spell's wizard knows, and they must be within the spell's range, which is 1 mile per level, so within 5 miles of you.
Okay, so that's probably not going to help much.
The items must be commonly found, so like twig, feather, fireflies, beeswax, not elven cat whiskers.
Or 3 cones of sand.
Maybe. You might not get like heavily colored sand, but if there's if there's a river nearby, there might be some red sand and some white sand. The blue sand might be hard to come across.
Yes.
But maybe you could, create blue colored sand.
Right. See, knock? Is it like a knockdown or knock?
It opens doors.
Oh, okay, so well. Okay, I'll take the Acid Arrow for second level.
You need some components for that are pretty hard to find. You need an adder's stomach. I don't know what an adder is, but you need its stomach.
It's a snake.
Ah. Oh, yes.
Snake type thing.
So you need a bit of a leaf, a dart, and the stomach from an adder.
I mean, those 3 things should not be too hard to get in a forest, I suppose.
Yeah. You can get the leaf easily.
Sure.
The dart, you might be able to find, maybe you could replace a dagger for a dart in a pinch.
Yeah.
An adder, you'd have to find the adder, but you could easily get the stomach.
Oh, with conjure components. I mean, in a forest, that would be adders, right?
Yeah.
I think they live in a forest.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'll take Burning Hands. Wise, I think, because it doesn't cost anything. It's pretty easy. And pretty strong. Let's see. 1 conjure spell components. So that's 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 acid arrow.
Alright.
Okay, so that's what I have for the second day, and right after learning my spells, or remembering my spells, I cast conjure spell components for the Mills Acid Arrow. Specifically the adder's stomach.
See book for table. I need to. What's that spell? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong book. I wonder. Here it is. all on the table below. So, the adder's stomach appears directly in your hands, just a stomach.
So some sad adder is just stomachless now.
Yeah, probably.
Poor thing. Alright. No darts or anything? I guess
the rhubarb leaf comes with you.
No.
Darts do not show up.
Okay. Well, I could use the dagger I took for... Alright.
So you can cast the spell once, and all the components are consumed in the casting. So you have one casting of Melf's Acid Arrow.
The whole stomach is gone then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, well, we got 2 burning hands and an acid arrow. This one is gone. Alright, so we keep going east, I suppose, then.
Sure.
When we encounter something.
You do.
Just,
You do. Let's make a surprise check for you. Okay, so you are walking along, when you see this rather large grizzly bear just plodding across the terrain in front of you, and it stops and lazily looks up over at you. Your 2 companions don't seem to be noticing it. They're still chatting at each other as you stop and just keep walking, talking to one another towards the bear.
Okay, I say... He's a bear.
What? Huh? What's going on? They stop and look around, still not seeing the bear as it blends into the nature around them.
So does the bear care in any way about us? Does it seem to move toward us in any way?
11. Bear looks at you. You look at the bear. Bear keeps looking at you. You keep looking at the bear. It grunts and starts slowly moving in your direction. Slowly. Kind of like a, what's going on over here? What are these things?
I suppose I tell him to be very, very quiet, and like if the bear comes from the front, let's say if it comes from the front, I would go to the left, like very slowly, like nothing's going on, like very easily.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty still. Let's see.
What do we do? Move very slowly in this direction. And we just move that way, like nothing's going on, like no big deal.
Yeah.
We see bears all the time, so it's all fine. You know?
Yeah, totally fine.
Nothing's going on.
Okay. They move in that direction. Bear kind of sniffs after them a little bit. It comes to the spot where they were standing. Sniffs around.
Probably smell pretty bad.
Looks up at you guys. Does the closest thing a bear could do to shrug, which is kind of, and just wanders off in the direction it was originally headed.
Alright, so he just keeps going. And okay, so when he's like mostly out of sight, or at least he can't see us anymore. He's like a couple of meters that way. We slowly start moving towards the east again, making sure that the bear is not following us.
No problem. Just walk right on past him. See, guys, you don't have to fight every single battle. Sometimes it's just a fucking bear and it's curious.
Especially when you're at 2 HP. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, so I tell them, I scold them to look out for danger, to be quiet, to not talk that much, and if you'd have to talk, do it more quietly, because come on, we don't want to get eaten by a bear. I mean, I don't.
Okay, so next day, the rest of that day is pretty uneventful. You gain 1 HP that night.
Nice.
The night goes uneventfully as well. Eventually, you pick up on these guys' names. One of them goes by the name Bob, and the other guy goes by the name Frog.
Bob and Frog?
Bob and Frog.
Okay. Couldn't I just take a frog stomach? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, at night I would sleep on top of my bag to make sure that they don't look at. I mean, I don't trust them yet, not at all, actually. So,
You sleep on the bag of gold.
well, gold, garnets, the spell book, especially. That's pretty important to me. And I guess my loot would be on my side.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on your loot.
It'd be uncomfortable and quite damaging to the loot, I suppose.
Cool.
Right. Okay, so 3 HP. Gonna be alright.
The next day, you guys are hungry. Whatever food you've taken, you have long since eaten. It's been a couple days without food. You can find water in creeks and rivers.
Maybe some berries?
Maybe some berries here and there, but you guys are not trained hunter-gatherers. And you're trying to make progress east, and you just don't come across that much in terms of food.
Do we see any small animals like I don't know, like a hare or a rabbit or something?
From time to time you'll see a hare, some birds.
I'll just try to shoot one of them.
Okay. Give me a couple of attack rolls until you decide you don't want to shoot, or until you hit and kill something.
Well, that's a miss.
Oh,
definitely. That didn't hit.
Now give me a saving throw. Make sure you don't break anything. Now you loot the arrow breaks as it hits the tree.
That's 15 plus 3 is 18. Probably get something.
You get a bird.
Bird.
Yes.
Bird is the word.
What birds are common in forests?
I guess. No doves are in the city.
You get like a
crow, maybe?
Yeah, like a crow.
Sure.
It's not a lot of
meat,
food.
I guess.
There's some meat on it.
Yeah.
But it's,
I mean, it's better than eating still potato bread stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, definitely better than eating that crap.
Yeah. I'll try some more animals.
Okay, you're gonna have to make a fire unless you want to eat the bird raw.
Nah, that's not a good idea. First I'll just shoot some animals, some more animals. It's definitely a miss again.
Lose the arrow on that one. Lose the arrow on that one too.
God. That's 3 arrows now. I should keep that. There we go. That's 13.
It's a hit. Where's my D8? Actually, give me a damage roll as you shoot a pig. D8, like a small little pig.
2 damage.
You hit a pig, and it squealed, and darts off into the woods. Arrow still stuck in its hide. It's pretty small. You're gonna have to chase it to shoot it because it quickly goes behind bushes.
I'll chase it.
Yeah. Give me an initiative roll.
That's pretty high. That's 15.
Okay. So you and your companions chase after this pig through the woods a little bit. Everyone's really hungry, and a pig sounds really fucking delicious right about now. So you chase after it, only to see it kind of swimming across a small river. Maybe, what is this, like 3 meters wide? Yeah, it's almost a creek. So you see it kind of mid-creek swimming across, the arrow still jutting out from its back leg. It doesn't seem to be making that much progress.
I'll wait until it's like on the other side, and I'll try to shoot it again.
Give me a roll to hit. +2 for back attack. So 20 plus 5.
That's definitely a hit.
That's a hit. Give me another damage roll.
Oh, wait, one. That's 6.
There you go. 6 and 2 is 8. You skewer the pig to the ground. It lets out kind of a long, sad.
You think I care? Oh, hit the pig. I walk to the other side, go to the other side, keeping my bag high because of my spell book, and grab the pig, or tell one of them to do it. I don't want to.
I don't know how to swim, they say.
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that deep?
Probably not, but these aren't the bravest of men that you've accompanied.
You should just get rid of them. Whatever. They are good for meat shields, I suppose. I'll just go to the other side, keep my bag high, and,
Okay.
grab the pig and take it back.
Okay. You fire the pig, back on the other side. They look very greedily and hungrily at you and ask you if they can make a fire.
Sure. Yeah.
You guys make up a little camp and sit down to eat your pig.
I would tell them to do it like very close to the forest, like not in the forest, but close to it, not towards the river.
Okay, so not
like more towards the forest than towards the river, because I don't want to like be out in the open.
Okay.
And also remove all the leaves so that you don't get a forest fire. That would be bad. That would be really bad.
That would be bad.
And that's a pig.
That's the pig, making his last sounds as he's gutted and ripped to shreds. Where is
Bacon.
Here we go. So while you are here cooking this pig, there is a strange sound coming from the river, which is maybe how far you put it away from you? 20 meters from you?
As far as it is from the forest to the river.
I mean, the river runs through the forest. So
Right. Like I don't know, like a couple of meters, like 3, 4, 5 meters.
Alright, so the river's just over there.
Yeah.
Beyond a large raspberry bush, which you've been picking at as well. When you hear a strange noise kind of crashing through the trees, and like a splashing sound.
The first second I hear something splashing or moving that I recognize not being, most likely not being an animal, or possibly not being an animal, I grab my longbow and peer out into the little area where
You see, on the other bank of the river, a bizarre three-headed creature. It looks like a golden lion with the head of a long red lizard, like a dragon's head coming off of one side, and a goat's head coming off of another side, and bat wings coming off of its flanks. The dragon's head is tucked down into the water drinking, while the lion's head is just kind of stretching, and the goat is looking about.
I tell them to be very quiet and grab some sand and put it on the fire.
Okay.
If the pig is not on it, I'll remove the pig.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's...
Hey, what are you doing?
It's a bit animal. Shh. And I point into in the area. No, let's not do that. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Very horrible deaths.
One of the guys picks up the pig and goes,
No, just stay very quietly. And, well, maybe we can, like, very quietly move backwards, like, away from the water.
okay.
Thank God we're not on the riverbank.
Yeah, that would have been very bad.
That would have been very bad. I would have been eaten by a lion's head, I hope.
Okay, let's see if it notices you guys. Maybe. Wow. Sometimes you just roll so poorly. I mean, I gave it 3 perception checks for its 3 heads. One of them, the goat's head, rolls a natural 1. The lion's head rolls a natural 5, which is not going to work. And the dragon's rolled a 9, which could be useful, except its perception is apparently 4. So
Also, it's looking downwards into the water.
yeah, just look.
So that'd be
Occasionally, you might like
yeah.
perk up, but apparently this is like the dumbest, most oblivious chimera in the world.
Also, it doesn't give a shit about anything, I guess.
It's doing its
Yeah.
thing. It drinks some water, and you guys successfully escape.
Good. So, being quite a bit quite rattled. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a chimera before or anything that weird.
You saw in the wizard's tower there were some people that looked like they had been stitched together from other people. Like
Also, I've had sex.
arms-
I've had sex with a not quite dead but not quite alive guy.
Yeah.
That's also quite weird.
You've done some weird things, but you've never seen a monster like this.
I mean,
before.
it's an actual monster. It's not a humanoid monster. It's like
No,
an actual monster.
It's an actual monster.
Yeah.
It's not some mad scientist
No, that's-
stitching together things. It is.
No, it was quite scary. Yeah. No, being quite real. I'm thinking I think they probably are very real as well.
Mhm.
Seeing a dragon, lion, goat thing animal.
Mm-hmm.
No, we go in the opposite direction of the animal thing chimera, and we I don't know, after half a day taking the pig with us and the bird,
Mm-hmm.
which is a bit meager, but whatever. We'll take it, and after half a day, we'll set up camp again and make a fire.
The rest of the day passes pretty uneventfully. You meet random woodland creatures that are no threat to you.
Sure.
Set up your camp, finish eating the 2 things, and then swap stories about this creature, what it could be, and they ask you all sorts of questions about what it looked like, and probing for details.
I tell them the basics, like lion's head, plus a dragon's-ish head, serpentine head, and goat's head. And scary, and it didn't seem to notice us. Maybe it did and didn't care. Maybe
Something.
probably
I
not.
don't know. Okay. That night, I need you to make me a perception check at +5.
Plus
Mm-hmm.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So d20 plus 14.
Well, that's pretty high.
Oh,
That's
wow.
31.
Okay. Mm, you wake up to your head being lifted up off of your pillow that is your
Mhm.
knapsack. Opening your eyes, you see Frog, the thinner of the 2 men. They're both pretty thin at this point, having not eaten a lot. Lifting your head up, and as you open your eyes and he sees you opening your eyes, he goes, and drops your head.
I grab my scimitar, which would be near. I would grab it and put it to his throat and say,
Make me an attack roll to get it to his throat.
4?
So you grab it and try and get it towards him. He scrambles backwards on his hands and feet, backing up away from you.
What are you doing?
Give me another perception check.
It's pretty high. It's
Yep,
20.
you hear a twig snap from behind you.
He's on his butt, right? I look around, look back.
You see Bob standing, walking towards you with a big, branch in his hands.
I go at Bob.
Okay. You get the go on him. He's taking it back.
No, I didn't hit him.
You swing, miss, and he comes at you with his club. No. Missing you as well. Give me an initiative round. And no, we don't need combat music to follow the frog.
2 plus is 10.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm using my scimitar, so it's 7.
Okay. You and Bob go at the same time.
Bob is the guy with the club, right?
Yeah.
Right. I take it. Oh, God.
You guys flail wildly at each other in the darkness. Frog runs and tries to tackle you from behind. Hits you around the waist. Give me a strength check.
It's 24.
Oh, really? That's not possible. You can't have 17 strength. That is not. That would have been way too important to know if he had 17 strength.
I mean, it would be like
Yeah, he'd be
Schwarzenegger
huge.
big.
Yeah, he wouldn't have run from things. He would have been in combat. Frog tackles you around your waist, but you stand your ground and you don't get knocked over.
Alright.
Initiative for the next round. Bob yells, as we roll for initiative, Bob says, "We didn't want to hurt you, we can't have you around. You're too dangerous." What? Throw me an initiative roll.
Then just go away.
We want the money!
I'll give you some money, but it's. I mean, I took it. You didn't do shit. Lazy.
What? You will?
Sure. 25 gold each. That's good.
He puts the club down and goes, "Oh. Yeah, that'd be great.
No way. You take it. Just tell me. Jeez.
I
People.
thought you would be angry.
What, do I look like an angry person?
You killed 4 or 5 hobgoblins.
That have been treating me like garbage?
Oh.
You've been pretty okay to me. Well, up until now, I suppose.
They look down at the ground. Yeah, it's hard to tell in the darkness, but you think they're kind of blushing and kind of ashamed. And... Oh, okay. Bob drops his club.
Okay, so I go through my knapsack, making sure that they don't come any closer to me.
They keep their distance.
And I grab 50 gold and like put it in, I don't know, cloth and throw it on. And say, oh, then just get away from me, I guess.
They take it. Bob just walks off. Frog starts to walk away, turns back and goes, "Sorry."
Why am I so dangerous?
Bob said that you're going to get us killed with that bow of yours, and
I have only saved you up until now. From both a bear without attacking it, maybe? I mean, sure, just go ahead. Just leave, it's fine.
He hangs his head in shame and leaves.
Alright.
Okay.
I hope you don't run into that lion thing. And I turn around and, like, I guess I'll stay awake for the rest of the night.
Okay. The rest of the night passes without anything happening. They don't come back.
Okay. Do I have a good enough sleep for my spells? Or I could keep my previous day's spells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, nothing's changed.
Yeah, if you stay awake for the rest of the night, no more spells, so you would have your 2 burning hands and your Melf's acid arrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm 1 down. That's fine. Alright. So I guess I'll keep going east.
Mm-hmm.
I do get 1 more HP.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at these encounters.
More encounters. God.
You have been traveling quite a long ways, actually. A lot longer than you would have thought. And on the next day, you come across a small dirt road. The small dirt road is running north and south, and you hear a familiar sound of waves crashing on rocks from just beyond the road.
Right. I check behind the. I check for the sound. What it is. I obviously know it's a sea or something or an ocean, but I go check anyway.
You come across a cliff. Must be a 10-meter cliff down. It's not perfectly straight. It's kind of ragged and jaggedy. And down below you see a sandy beach. And out in the water you see maybe an island pretty far off. And a ship out at sea. You know, also fairly far off. Definitely couldn't see from there.
Would I know what this island could be? What area? Because I've been in this magician's tower. I suppose he has maps of the area.
Give me an intelligence check.
Let's see. 14 plus 9 is 13?
Yes.
23, I mean?
Yes, you would recognize it as. Is this as this island out here?
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. That island there. So, I should have gone to the east then. All right. I'll just, knowing that, I'll head north, so I'll get to the big city.
Okay. You walk along the road for a few hours when you come across a farmer. He is driving a cart before him. There's an ox pulling it. Seated next to him is his adult son, who has a crossbow in his lap and a short sword leaned against the seat next to him.
Right.
And you can tell he's a son because they look very similar. They're almost identical.
Bit young ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and they see you coming and slow the wagon to a stop. The boy is very clearly looking at you very intently. And the father goes, "Oh, what are you doing along here, Missy? You look like you've been through something."
Yeah, I got attacked by some hobgoblins or goblins or some of this awkward stuff. They're horrible folk.
Well, what's that you're wearing around you? It looks like a sheet.
Yeah, it's from the hobgoblins. I stole it.
You stole a sheet from some hobgoblins?
Yeah, they captured me.
Oh shit, that's a horrible. You want to ride to town?
What way are you going?
Head northward towards Axington and then Sydow. Sydow is the big one.
Big one, yeah. Sure, I'd like a ride to the first one, whatever it was, Axington.
Axington, yeah.
I'd like a ride there, sure.
Well, hop on and back. We don't mind picking up stray travelers as long as you ain't fit to rob us, but you don't look like the type.
No, not like that.
Alright. He motions for you to join them on the back, or to sit in the back of the cart.
Yeah, sure. There's anything else in there?
Yeah, there are a series of large barrels that look like ale casks.
Sure.
And there's also a basket of turnips.
Turnips. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So I sit in the cart facing forward, so I can keep an eye on the two of them.
As the cart drives forward, the old man says, "So, what's your name there, Mrs.?"
My name is Sarah.
And what are you doing out here? I mean, you say you've been captured by hobgoblins, but where are you going?
I'm going to a place that's nowhere near the hobgoblins. To start off, and
How long were you captured by them?
What was it, like a month or
so?
a month and a half, something like that. I'd say like a month and a half.
Well, that's a mighty shame. How'd you get away?
I persuaded some to death, some of them to death, and they let me go.
Persuaded them to death?
Well, with a knife in the throat.
He turns around, looks at you in the back of the cart, and goes,
I must be under covered in blood. Like clothes,
Yeah.
probably.
"You're,
The clothes not. I put them on later, but
I mean, you're
my
like,
hands, my
you're
face
dirty.
weren't big.
You've been traveling through the woods forever." Yeah. Looks at you, goes, "What did you say your profession was?"
I'm like a traveling entertainer. Like I sing for people.
You're a singer.
Yes, I show my lute. Like I sing.
A singer that's been captured by hobgoblins.
Well, they wanted me to cook for them. They wanted me to sing for them, play some lute.
Wow, that ought to make an interesting song.
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about that, and I'll be making a song soon when I get cleaned up.
He shrugs and turns back to the road. The younger boy continues to look at you for a bit and then goes, "So Sarah, whereabouts are you from?"
Where am I from?
Rickwan.
I'm not gonna tell that because my father wants me to.
I completely forgot about your character personality traits.
Personality traits, right.
Yeah. I can't believe we forgot to bring this up. When your character was created, Chucky imbued your character with a couple of benefits, which came with a couple of very strong drawbacks.
Oh god.
And I cannot believe we forgot to mention this, because this is integral to your character's character. So you have very precise memory. You pretty much never forget things.
Okay. Why did you roll? Make me roll for the.
I forgot all about these personality traits.
Right.
You have a very good sense of touch with your hands. Like if you are holding two different coins, you can kind of feel just based on surface details which one's which.
Right.
You're fabulous sleeper, singer, a very light sleeper, which you shouldn't have had to roll those checks to wake up.
Yeah.
Very good with your instrument. On the other hand, you bruise very easily. You take extra points from bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You are pretty
extra damage, you mean?
Extra damage. Yeah, sorry. You're fairly unlucky. If you're trying to avoid one person in town, chances are you're going to run into that person. You're just really, really unlucky. You have seasonal allergies, sneezing, coughing with the hay and whatnot. And you are compulsively honest.
That fucks it up for me.
Yes.
Thanks, Chucky.
Your character just doesn't believe in lying and is always going to tell the truth. Maybe if it's a life or death sort of thing, you can make a willpower check to try and lie. But if it's not life and death, then you just gotta be good old honest Sarah.
Yes, I'm gonna tell him anyway then. I'm from Rayquan.
Pretty far up to the north, says the father.
Yeah, it's very far. I've been traveling for a while. I like to sing and like to go on adventures to get inspiration for new songs. So I went south. It's more interesting here.
Wow. The son looks at you like he wants to ask you something else, but doesn't quite know what to say. So he turns around and you guys ride in silence, more or less, for a few more hours until you arrive at this little tiny, tiny village.
For that time, I would be playing on my lute a bit, just dabbling.
Okay, give me a lute proficiency check. 20 plus 11.
That's all right. 18.
18 is all right. So you play. Your lute is a little out of tune. You're a little out of practice.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, especially before you had the manacles on your arms and you've been traveling through the
Bruised,
forest.
obviously.
You're hungry. Yeah.
It's
all a mess. But after a few hours, you arrive at this town called Axington, and I think this is a perfect time to take our second break.
Sure.
So we're gonna take a break. We'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye bye.